Let's go. Open up your doors and kept it one with me. Hell a nigga down and that was love, nigga. Nobody wanna stand in front of judge, nigga. Yeah. Make you think of better days like when you was winning. Let's go. Open up your doors and kept it one with me. Niggas down with us. Then I got my shot, I had to run with it. Out the gate, lost count many days. In the studio we slay, but this shit we gotta say. Staring in the space as you fishing for a phrase uninspired. And your mind still is all a paper chase. First you over dedicate, then you notice that you great. And you been the whole time, and it's slapped you in your face. Then you stacking in your safe, got it cracking, it was fake. Now you the definition, nigga laughing to the bank. I'm a master of my fate, but I'm the type of nigga own the masters to my tapes. In the battle for the day, I caught a flight from Philly, we just sold out TLA. Fresh up off the stage, on my way to B of A. A&B, we LA, tryna eat, we the way. Look, young Nipsey the great, never taught how to drink, I just lead to the lake. 80-something degrees in LA, yeah. Fuck it, time to put some jet skis on the lake. Look, I got a team at my bank, I don't even need an ID at my bank. It used to be a dream we would chase, I know Jay Stone and Copy Supreme could relate. I know the whole team could relate. I know Evan McKenzie and Ron Lees could relate.
That was Nipsey Hussle. I couldn't be happier. Couldn't be happier today to have JaLyn on for a talk. Bumped into him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Saw some of his amazing artwork and said, "Yo, I have got to hear your story." Ladies and gentlemen, JaLyn.
How you doing?
Good.
Doing.
So tell me your story.
Really, since I was young, it was really, my brother used to draw. He was in like an art class. And then I was probably in like elementary school, and he came home and with this journal with like some of his drawings he was sketching up in class. And I started like tracing over his drawings, and ever since then, I just been on it. So in middle school, they put me in advanced art. That's really how I learned how to do art. That's like how I do now. And I stopped. So I just started back this year. I ain't paint in like 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just started back in February. So I started back posting my first painting, and ever since then, it's just been going crazy. So I might as well just run with it.
Show some of the people some of the stuff that you've worked on. I've seen it.
Okay. That one, that's like the Yeezy bear right here. This one I haven't seen.
Wait a second. What'd you call the bear?
It's called the Yeezy bear.
I like that.
Yeah, this is my favorite one that I done did so far. This is for somebody. I haven't sent it to him yet though.
Wow. What do you call him?
That's it's a gorilla for this rap group.
Talk about Tony Montana.
Really, it just is. He just like an American hero to a lot of people as far as the movie. That's like one of America's favorite movies.
Oh yeah.
So
that movie is like the original gangster.
Yeah. So I just painted them. I know people like them.
Show people that one. That one's the one that caught my eye.
Yeah. I wish I had the original with me.
What was your inspiration here?
Really just, I don't even know, just having fun with it. I knew it was something that I like to do when I just can do it, be at peace with it. It wasn't nothing I can paint all day and I feel like it's stressing me out or weighing me down. So that was really like the main thing.
I noticed your work with that painting with Tony Montana is very edgy. Very, very, it's probably the most edgiest artwork I think I've seen in history about Tony Montana.
Thank you.
Where do you get that edge from?
I don't even know. It was just something that I was trying different stuff out. Like with that style, see, I can show you like how the style is. See, all the details, like everything is like sharp.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very edgy.
Everything is like sharp. So when everything's sharp, it pops out more. It's not like it make everything look bold, like or strong. It don't make them look soft or nothing like that. So that was like,
what? Remember that movie I shared with you that we talked about the other night?
Yeah.
You get a lot of your artwork has that feel to that movie.
I never seen that. I never seen that until I was like, damn, look just like my artwork too.
I know, crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What was that name of that movie? Actually, I forgot about it already.
Sin City.
Sin City.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very super edgy. Really black. I'm actually surprised that you haven't done some black and white pieces, because I think black and white really is probably like something that you can make pop so good.
Yeah, that's what that's really, I want to get into that in 2021. I want to do a lot of like black and white, a whole collection of just black and white with different things.
I think it'll be epic. I think it'll be super epic.
Mm-hmm.
Who are some of your influences? Who are some of the people that you look up to? Let's give a shout out to Chris Johnson. Chris is the guy that I saw your work from.
Yeah.
He had 2 pieces in his bedroom. And when I saw it, the second I saw it, I was like, wow, that shit is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. You, as far as influence, as far as artists, or just as far as people?
Anybody.
Really, my mama, she was like the first hustler I knew of. So she had this first, she was the first person that I knew with a side hustle. My brothers, my nephews, Lester, some people call him Joe Scott. He like one of the closest people to me.
Who?
Somebody named Joe Scott. He's a rapper from out of Baker, Louisiana. He like one of the closest people that I talk to. So really, just them 3. As far as artists, I like art by Gino. He like another artist I looked up to as far as like wood art. Mm-hmm.
So we did our walk-up song with Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about Nipsey. Has he had an influence on you?
Yeah, definitely. He just a stand-up person, and he just, I don't know. Like his legacy just the legacy he had was the legacy I want to leave on my city. Cause it's not a lot of people. Well, I don't know nobody who ever down talked him. He was always just a stand-up person. He stood on what he believed in. And as far as he just
he was an entrepreneur. He was literally all about, just showing people how to change their lives and making money.
Yeah, everything he spoke on, anybody can.
You ever see that video of him talking about Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, and the cryptocurrency. Yeah, I seen it. That's when I first got in.
Yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
I saw that video, and I saw a lot of the stuff that he was doing, and I realized that he was changing the mindset of people in the Black community and getting them to start understanding that it's about building generational wealth. It's about separating yourself from everyone else,
Mm-hmm.
and making your life a success story, not just a gangster story or another statistical story.
Yeah, he was showing that it was bigger than what people look up to. It's a different route that you can take. It ain't just got to be the gangster route to where everybody love you for being gangster.
That is true.
Yeah.
Who are some of the other artists that you look up to, maybe in the music space?
Let me think.
How about Kanye? Kanye's a pretty creative guy.
Who?
Kanye?
Kanye West? Yeah, he been losing me though.
Really?
He been losing me. He been losing me on the tip. There's some stuff that I don't agree with, but what I do respect about him, he always speak his mind. So I always have respect for him on that aspect.
I have mad respect for him, because not only does he speak his mind, but he speaks his mind about things that are important.
Yeah.
And he at least takes a position. He's not like in the middle of anything. He's always like, hey, this is where I stand, and you can stand on the other side. But
that's what I respect. That's what I respect. And it's not even on a political standpoint. It's more of a religious standpoint that I don't respect. As far as politically, I respect it because he speaks his mind. Most people want to speak like that, but are afraid to. So
God. In the Black community, if you had to speak out and say, hey, I'm going to support Trump, I'm going to support capitalism, I'm going to support making America great, like for him to do that, especially as a Black rapper, that took mad, large, gigantic titanium balls.
Yeah. And everybody had their reasons. So that's why I don't really like judge him as far as that. Everybody had a reason why they support people.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not really something I really like.
How about 50 Cent? Has he had an influence on you?
Who?
50 Cent?
Nah, he hasn't. I don't really listen to his music or really like pay attention to him that much. He like generation. He like the generation but before me.
Who are some of the creative artists that you like? People that are in the art space?
Andy Warhol.
Wow, I did not see that coming at all.
It's a lot of people. Andy Warhol. What you say?
Andy's old school. He was back. He was popular 30, 40 years ago.
I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is it about Andy that pops with you? What is it that makes you go wow?
Just his whole creativity of making normal things and just making art. I feel like everything is art, and I feel like he's the definition of making everything art. As far as anything, like any small thing, he'll take it and make art with it. So that's really my main thing that I love about him.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know what? You know what'd be cool for you to do? If you took that Tony Montana picture and made patches and created like clothing lines.
Yeah.
Like you're wearing a beanie. Can you imagine your piece of artwork on the beanie, like in a square leather patch? The more I start thinking about it, like when I see you wearing that hoodie, I think to myself, wow, if somebody took your hoodie and just threw your artwork on that hoodie, it would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. I'll look into it too.
You should. Because your art's not necessarily just for paintings. It could be like a whole. I'm telling you, that piece right there, that Tony Montana piece, people would wear that on hoodies. They would wear it on beanies. They would wear it on shirts. It would be an epic looking either clothing line or accessory.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look into it. I just find out what steps I need to take as far as going that route.
Well, I think you've created a unique piece, so I don't know if you've got any copyright issues. So that's yours. And I know there's people out there that can literally translate that to an entire hoodie. They can put it on beanies. They can even put it on hats. I'm telling you, that would be like a whole line. What would you call that? What would you call that piece?
Lord, I don't even know. I haven't even came up with a name for it yet. I don't know.
How about Tony OG? He was the original. Came out of Cuba.
Tony OG. Yeah. That's the name for it.
You saw the movie, right? Obviously.
Yeah, I just seen it.
So when you saw the movie, what are 3 things that stood out about the movie or Tony Montana to you?
Brave. He was brave. He spoke his mind too.
Yeah, think about it. Some of the best influences in your life are very outspoken people that say something and they stand their ground.
Mm-hmm. That was gonna be my third one. He always stood his ground.
Yeah, he definitely did. So,
them 3.
Do people in Louisiana know how motherfucking talented you are?
I mean, kinda. Not. It's a few. Not really. But it's growing though. It's definitely growing.
They will after they see this podcast.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, it's a small few people. It's a small amount.
Well, let's see if we can get that number up because I'm telling you, mark this day down. Today's December 9th, 2020. A year from now, December 9th, 2021, we're going to check back in and 100% your life is blowing up.
Yeah, I already know. I have my whole 2021 planned out.
Oh shit, I don't even have it planned out. What's your plan for 2021?
Really I'm about to start a whole line of art as far from everything from making shirts to hoodies, but it's going to be like a print on demand thing. So I'm gonna make a whole lot of art like that on a big screen, take pictures, get photos done of it, make prints. I'm gonna start getting into the keychain business with CNC machine. So all that's gonna go on one website, getting the digital art, getting into photography and videography. I want to do all that in 2021. At least start off with it. So the whole side is creating.
I think you're gonna do great. I think like especially that piece right over your shoulder, and even the bear. Like the bear is a fucking badass bear. What's the bear? Well, who do you think the audience for that bear is?
That's Kanye West bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's Kanye West bear. That's why it's Yeezy bear.
Okay, maybe I'm missing some. Where'd that come from?
That's from one of his graduation album. That's a bear he always used on a lot of his albums.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I missed something there.
Yeah, that's Yeezy bear.
Well, it's funny that I brought up Kanye then.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You like his shoes, the Yeezys?
They all right. I'll wear them. I'm not a big fan of them, but they cool.
You know what's cool about the Yeezy shoe line? He went to Adidas, and I want to say, and don't quote me on these numbers, but I want to say they were like a $2 billion company when he started with them.
Mm-hmm.
And between creating the Yeezys and some other things that he did to make their line hip,
mm-hmm.
Adidas today is a $40 billion company.
Yeah, I know. He didn't sold over 1 billion Yeezys himself.
I know. And he didn't sell them cheap.
They don't sell them cheap. And they resell afterward. So that's a whole business just making off his shoes besides himself.
What have you learned from Kanye in that experience with Adidas? What are 3 things that you think you can learn from that?
Go. Any idea is worth it. Try any idea out. Try any idea. You never know till you try the idea.
Know your worth. He doesn't sell anything.
Know your worth. And he don't sell nothing cheap.
Nothing. Like, what does a pair of Yeezys go for? Like, $7 million or something?
How much they for?
Yeah. What do Yeezys go for these days?
Oh no. Anywhere from 200 to 400.
Think about that. For a pair of
that's retail
shoes.
They resell for way more than that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. People make a business out of just reselling his shoes.
Crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine people doing that one day with your hoodies.
I know. I can see.
So we talk a little bit about your art, but let's talk about your entrepreneurialism. Let's talk about, how old are you, by the way?
I'm 20.
Oh, you're just a young puppy. You're just getting out of the puppy litter.
Yeah.
So as a young entrepreneur, what are some of the challenges that you face? What are some of the things that keep you, challenged?
Marketing.
Okay.
Marketing is one of them.
So one of the things that I can tell you is your story is one of those stories, and your artwork is one of those pieces. You should start getting on more podcasts. I'm going to introduce you to some other podcasters, and you should get on them and tell your story to their fans, so that you can build a larger audience, so people can really fall in love with everything that you're doing. Because I think what you're doing over the next year is going to be fucking epic. It is going to be edgy. It's going to be, I'll be honest with you. The first hoodie you come out with, if it's got that Tony Montana print all over it, I'm telling you, I'm buying that fucker. I'm going to wear it with pride. It is going to be edgy as fuck.
Thank you. And that, I told you already, I really didn't plan on doing the podcast till like this time next year. That's really when
we just had to move that up on the calendar a little.
Mm-hmm. I was like, I probably ain't gonna be able to get on the podcast until this time next year. So this was the goal of mine that I completed that I didn't even see coming.
What are some of your other goals for 2021?
Really just grow. I want to grow all of my accounts. I want all of my accounts at least over 10K before 2021 ends. I think that's that. As far as my personal page, that's where I'm putting all my art at. So I want a lot of people to just come on our page and just see art or buy art. So that's really a goal of mine.
Did you check out that NFT stuff that I sent you? Non-fungible tokens, the way that art is now entering the crypto digital space.
That you send me somebody's Instagram or Twitter, that?
Yeah, the kid that sold a piece for like 17,000.
Yeah, I DM'd him on Twitter. He haven't hit me back yet though.
What the fuck, man? Doesn't he know who you are?
I don't know. He must not know.
So how about we do something fun together? Let's put your Tony Montana piece into the digital world and sell it and see how exciting people can get about it.
We can do it.
I mean, if he can sell a skyline of New York City for 17, 22 grand, fucking the king of cocaine's got to be worth at least 100 grand. Ooh, that's a good title for that painting. King of cocaine.
Dang.
Huh?
That's a good title.
King of cocaine.
King of cocaine.
People forget, man, that movie, when it was going on, Miami was fucking all about the cocaine.
Yeah.
Like I remember back in the day, and I'm a little older than you, I actually went down to Miami and for this conference. And I went into the bathroom of this club that we were at. And I just remember I was from Chicago. I just literally couldn't get over how many fucking people were doing cocaine in the bathroom. Like there were guys everywhere just doing fucking lines in the bathroom. I'm like, if I didn't have to take a shit so bad, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it was normal back then though.
Yeah, it was beyond normal.
From what I heard, it wasn't really frowned upon. From what I hear.
No, it was the opposite. It was like you were cool if you did it.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, people would always ask me back then. I'm like, no, I could never understand the whole concept of like putting a drug in your nose. I'm like, fuck, I have to blow my nose in the morning just to breathe. But yeah, it was a cool drug of choice for a lot of people, and a lot of women. Like women found it sexy for some reason. Like they just loved doing a little bit of coke and having sex. Coke and sex was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
I think it still is. Hey, there's a guy, I want you to check him out. His name is Hotep Jesus. Do you follow him?
I don't follow him.
He's a friend of mine. He's got a large following on YouTube and Instagram. He is somebody that I want you to get on his show. I'm going to try and twist his arm. I may actually have to twist his arm because he's gonna have to embrace the fact that your artwork is worth talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I think also too, I think the Black community should embrace what you're doing. I think they should help push you up a little bit. And I know Chris is doing that already. And that's what makes Chris really a first-class human being.
Yeah, he after he posted me, I gained at least 200 followers on both of my accounts. And I'm still getting followers from it. I'm still getting DMs from it about getting pieces done. So, and then he hit me up out the blue. I didn't even see it coming.
So, are we going with the King of Cocaine? Is that the name of the piece now?
King of Cocaine. King of Cocaine. That's what it is.
I'm telling you, he was because you can't really use the word Tony Montana because that's like a trademark from the movie, and the movie producers will come after you. They're like, oh my God, you can't call it Tony Montana. Be like, oh fucker, I'm not calling it Tony Montana. I'm calling it the King of Cocaine. You can't sue me for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we live in a world where everyone's suing everybody for some shit.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's just can't blame them.
Nah, they got to protect their brand.
Yeah, that's all it is to it.
So who played that role? That was Pacino, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Al Pacino.
What if Al Pacino's watching this right now? What would you say to him?
I wouldn't even know.
Come on, man. I mean, for sure you'd say, yo, what's up?
Yeah, I'll speak. I'll say, what's up? Thank you for putting on a great show that I can take on years from now that I can create art out of.
What if he said, listen, I want a piece just like that made just for my house? What would you sell it for?
I don't even know.
Probably 20.
That's been the hardest finding prices.
Yeah, it's 20, 30 grand. I mean, come on, man. That guy sneezes 20, 30 grand after he does a movie.
I'm already done. 20, 30.
Can you imagine you go to his house, you deliver the piece, you put it up on a wall, and then just sit down and do a live podcast with him? I'll even host the podcast. We'll sit down. Hey, we're here with Al motherfucking Pacino. Tony motherfucking Montana. What was his name?
Tony Montana.
Montana. How fucking cool would that? Just like half hour, just sitting there talking to Al Pacino.
Man, that'll be. I wouldn't even know how to feel. That's a legendary moment that where you just have to be in that moment to even know how to feel.
Can I tell you what I'm doing for you right now?
What's up?
It's called neuro-linguistic programming. If I tell you things and I describe exactly how it happens, like I described that you're selling a painting, a personal production painting to Al Pacino, that you go to his house and you deliver the painting, and then we sit down and we do like a 30-minute talk and we videotape it. When I tell you these things, I'm planting a seed in your brain.
Letting me know
what actually happen. And I'm telling you how to make it happen. And eventually one day it's going to happen exactly like that if you push yourself to do that.
Yeah.
See, you got to start telling yourself things that'll blow your fucking mind, that seem like amazing. And then eventually you start realizing, well, it's just Al Pacino and we're just sitting down talking and I'm just delivering a painting that he bought for me so that he can have it in his house. And Chris is just sitting there asking the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Who are some of the other very successful businessmen that you'd love to put a painting in their house? How about Mark Cuban? You like Mark?
Yeah, Mark Cuban. I like Dame Dash. I like how he speaks. He speaks a lot of ownership. I love to go in Jeff Bezos' house if I could.
Jeff, yeah. I mean, he's made a little bit of money lately.
Elon Musk.
Huh?
Elon Musk.
Oh, we got to do that. I mean, shout out to Elon Musk. What are 3 things that Elon has done that makes you go, wow?
He himself. He ain't afraid to be himself.
That is true. You know what you're starting to realize? Between Kanye, Elon, and even Nipsey Hussle, you're starting to realize that being true to yourself, being who you are, and speaking out to hey, this is who I am. I'm okay with that. I have 0 fucks to give to the world because this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
You should make a piece and call it 0 fucks to give, and that'll be like my inspiration to you. Because when you make this piece called 0 fucks to give, I don't even know what it looks like, but it's going to come out of your head and you're going to make it and it's going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. But when you make that piece called 0 fucks to give, people will buy that art. People will buy that hoodie. They will buy that hat because we all want to be in that mindset where we have 0 fucks to give.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people can't make it there.
Well, we all can make it there. You just have to tell yourself, I have 0 fucks to give about what anyone else believes because what I believe in is where I stand.
Yeah. You right.
All right. So write that down. 0 fucks. When that piece comes out in 2021, I am taking all the credit. I'll be like, hey, I had that conversation. So if you notice too, King of Cocaine, 0 fucks to give, I'm giving you terms, titles for your pieces that are edgy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother taught me growing up, and she was a potty mouth. And she just swore every 3rd word. She taught me something that I'm going to share with you that I think will work for you. In life, people listen to 75% of what you say at best when you don't swear. But when you swear, they listen to 100% of what you're fucking saying.
You know the greatest example of that? Gary V.
Gary! Oh my God. Hey, okay, now wait a second. If Gary's watching this right now, if you're watching this right now, what would you say to him?
I want to put art all over your wall.
No. I am going to put some art on the wall. And by the way, when I go do that, Gary, we're going to sit down for 30 minutes and talk on your podcast. And I'm going to bring my buddy Chris with.
Yeah.
I'm going to go do that in New York City.
In New York City. Big Apple.
That's right. So you're okay with going to see Gary? Can we book that?
If I go see Gary, you got to come with me.
Fuck, easy. So Gary, if you're watching this, reach out to JaLyn, give him some time slots. We'll be out there. Come out to the Big Apple, sit down in your office, do a quick podcast, talk about art, talk about creativity. Gary's a creative motherfucker, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Very creative.
Written books. He's a speaker.
He the person like you just said, every time you speak, you gotta listen.
Why?
Or you don't hear what you say.
What makes him stand out?
Basically what you just said, like how he speaks is like, it ain't no, he the type of person, if he speak, you can't ignore him. Cause you might miss something. So and what he says, it'll be beneficial to you. And somehow it might not be beneficial a lot, but you could take something out of what he say and apply it into your life in any way. The same as Nipsey Hussle, same as Elon Musk, all of them, just being true to themselves, and you can apply that small thing to your life.
By the way, JaLyn, it's another piece you got to do. Be true to yourself. You got to make something that inspires people to be true to themselves. In fact, you know what you should do? You should make that piece as a collage of some of the people you've just talked about and literally find a way to incorporate all those people into a piece and then title it, Be True to Your Motherfucking Self. Actually, call it that. Be true to your motherfucking self. Because people need to learn. People need to embrace being true to themselves. There's so many people that are just not, they're afraid. They're afraid of what the public thinks. They're afraid of what people are going to say. But if you're true to yourself, you have zero fucks to give.
A lot of people don't think for themselves no more.
That is true. That is true.
They look for, to me, especially for my generation, I can't really speak on people before me. I feel like my generation, they let celebrities think for them. Like every aspect, from relationships to how they should live their life to just the small things. There's nothing wrong with taking like small gems they give you and using it, but when you're trying to let them control how you think about life, now you're just messing up because you're not being true to yourself, like you just said. That's simple.
Is God and faith a big part of your life?
Very big.
Let's talk about that, because that's a guy that can influence you to be amazing.
Yeah, my mama, she done put me in church since I don't know how long, but I didn't develop the relationship with him that I talk to him every day. Small things. I didn't thank him for being on this while we was talking. So it just, every small aspect I do, he gotta be put in any way. In everything. I thank him every time for the small thing. It'll be a quick thank you. Every night I pray to him. Every morning I wake up, pray to him, thank him for waking me up. That's like a big role.
When you thank him for things, what are some of the things you thank him for, and how do you do it?
Eating, finishing the painting, starting the painting business, being on the podcast. You know, it could be the small things, waking up. I thank you for every second I breathe. Thank you for this extra second. It'd be quick things like that. Thank you for waking me up. Thank you for another hour. A lot of people I know ain't make it to this age, especially where I'm from. People dying at any given rate.
You want to meet another street hustler?
Who?
Come here. One of the best artists you'll ever meet.
Artist?
Yeah. JaLyn. Dominique JaLyn.
Nice to meet you.
So listen to this story. A year ago, she decides to start a company built around a brand called Heroes. Ask her how that's going.
How it's going?
Good. Yeah, it's going good. We're about to get into a restaurant right now, which is awesome because it's almost impossible to bring inventory into a really messed up environment. So yeah, but it's mainly direct to consumer, which is awesome. That's the future. So
brand does?
So we help support causes and raise funds for causes that need to like reinvent themselves and their products.
Yeah.
So her whole brand is built around the term heroes, and she's got a logo. You know what? Are you on your computer? Can you go on your computer real quick?
Yeah.
Go to shopforheroes.com. You're an artist. Tell her what you think about her logo.
What do you do while you're looking that up? Tell me what you do.
I'm an artist.
Like sketching or
Paint.
Look at his
paint?
Yeah, that painting behind him, that's called the King of Cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's ridiculously amazing.
Have you been to Art Basel?
I haven't been there. I never heard of it.
You never heard of Art Basel?
You got to look it up. In fact, you know what? That's what you're doing in 2021. You and I are going to go hang out at Art Basel, and we're going to make that happen. I got a couple of friends that have been begging me to go down there. I've never been into art, but Art Basel is when Miami just becomes, for a week, all they do is they blow up in art.
It's exactly like that piece, just like super bad pieces. You'll love it. Art Basel, check it out.
Did you check out her logo?
Yeah, I'm looking at the logo now.
What do you think about it?
It's clean and it's straight to the point. I like how she got the little arrow on it too.
Thank you. Superhero-ish.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a hero, and there's a lot of heroes, and I'm going to promote that.
JaLyn be a motherfucking hero.
Ooh.
He's going to inspire people to speak their mind, to find a position. Oh. Hey, can you do an art piece around the term heroes? Can you like do a piece around her logo?
Most likely, yeah, I can.
All right, I'm going to connect both of you guys on Twitter. In the meantime,
cool.
she's got to go do something.
I go measure some
Let's go make some cheddar.
Nice to meet you. Check out Art Basel. You'll love it.
Hey, can you hit
all right.
Right down in here. Yeah. So as you start meeting more people and connecting with more people, the one thing that's going to start happening is you're going to have all these opportunities to go and talk, to go to Art Basel, to go to Gary Vee's office and do his podcast. All these things are going to happen. You also have to start asking yourself, I got to start figuring out what my business is. I got to start figuring out, who can I bring in to be a part of my team? Because at 20 years old, right now it's just you, it's JaLyn. But when your shit starts blowing up and you got hoodies and you got hats and you got, branded merchandise, you're going to start thinking to yourself, hey, I need to put together a team, and I want my team to be there. You want to meet somebody from my team?
Yeah.
He usually comes on the cast once. So the only way I can get him on, I got to pay him. That's the other thing too. When you get your team together, figure out a way to give him some cheddar. Because it's all about the cheddar sometimes.
Yeah.
Jesse. See James? Meet JaLyn. He's like, I don't even care. Just give me that piece of chicken. Oh my God. See you later, JaLyn. 109 pounds of best friend. You got a dog?
Not really. I got my daddy got dogs, but they just like hunting dogs. They not no pet, like a pet.
Yeah, his dad was a Mastiff. His mom was a chocolate lab.
Yeah.
He's a 109-pound chocolate lab looking dog. When I got him out of the shelter, the vet was like, yeah, like 55 pounds because he was 35 at the time. I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's a decent sized dog. Come back 2 months later, he's like on the scale at 109 pounds. I looked at the vet and I'm like, you suck at your job. He's like, don't worry, I think he's done growing.
Yeah.
So in this talk, we've talked about mindset. We've talked about neuro-linguistic programming. We've talked about speaking things into making them happen. Have you learned that? Is it manifestation of destiny? Have you ever read this book? There's a book out there about manifestation and destiny. It's called The Celestine Prophecy. Have you ever read it?
No, I haven't heard of it.
If you get a chance, get the book Celestine Prophecy. Great book. talks about manifestation of destiny. And if you tell yourself things and you describe them in a very definite manner, you'll find that everything we've just talked about in the last 20 minutes, this shit's going to happen.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is plan for it to happen. All you have to do is make it happen. All you have to do is put the energy behind it. And that's what it's all about. It's where you put your energy, the energy that's from your soul. It's how you literally make these things manifest themselves.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a read by James Redfield.
I think it's James Redfield's Celestine Prophecy. It's like a green book, I think.
Yeah.
Great book, old book, but it talks about just, it talks about literally putting things into existence by talking them through, by manifesting them.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely take it a read. I've been trying to get it. That's another thing I want to get into, books for 2020. Like as far as if I'm on a flight, I want to be reading. If I'm in my me time, instead of listening to music, I want to read.
Can I tell you something? I've learned this from Dominique. She literally consumes podcasts like a mouse consumes cheese.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, there's so much knowledge in just podcasts and listening to them and watching them on YouTube or listening to them that literally you got, just like you feed your belly every day, you got to feed the egg. You got to feed the brain every day. And there's so much knowledge out there that people are giving, and you could just consume it on a daily basis.
Yeah, I done learned a lot from podcasts that Chris Johnson been on. I didn't listen to all the podcasts he didn't talk on.
What are some of the things that Chris has inspired you to do? What are 3 qualities that you see in Chris that you respect?
I didn't say this about everybody, but he himself. He don't care about like others' opinions. He himself.
So he's got 0 fucks to give.
Yeah, 0 fucks to give. He helped tons of other people like it's nothing. And he leaving a legacy behind. He's putting his whole family and friends in a position to get to where he's at. So he's not selfish with nothing. He's selfless.
I think you could probably say those things about Kanye too.
Yeah, Kanye just Kanye. Kanye, he done put a lot of people in the position. The only people who don't like Kanye is people who don't agree with him from one simple thing. But if you just look at all that and respect how he just thinks for himself, a lot of people don't think for themselves, so they're not gonna understand it anyway. But
has done that too, because anybody that bought his stock over the last 10 years or 5 years, or how long, I mean, they've benefited tremendously.
Who you said just now?
Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, Tesla's going crazy.
Oh, so crazy.
He'll speak on something and his stock could go up.
Yeah, let's check and see what Tesla's doing today. Have you seen what Tesla's doing today?
No, I can search it. They tanked a little bit today.
What are they at? $600.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's after they split 5 for 1. So really their stock's at 3,000. Yeah, they're down 45 today.
Yeah.
Elon's moving down to Texas.
To Texas?
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting the fuck out of California. What do you think about some of the things that California's doing to really like almost take away people's basic freedoms? Can't go to a restaurant, can't walk down the street, got to wear a mask.
I honestly think a lot of states is going to follow behind them.
What do you mean?
As far as their protocol, like I think a lot of states is going to shut down like a little bit again too, for like a short amount of time. I think that everything's going to shut down again for like a small period of time.
You think that's good?
It's good for people who in the market.
What market?
Like the stock market. Because once it tanks, everything is on sale for it to go back up.
I hear a little Chris Johnson coming out into there.
Yeah, that's where I get it from.
Yeah, it's interesting because I look at a lot of people that have the American dream and are running a restaurant and even a small business, and these lockdowns are destroying the American dream. Destroying. And you got, I feel for these people. I feel for the restaurant owner who, if you can go to a big box store like Home Depot or Sam's Club and hang around with thousands of other people, how the fuck can you not go to a restaurant and sit down and have a meal?
Right. I honestly don't know what'll be like the best thing to do.
Well, if you think about it, Corona is something that if you get it or I get it, and I had it already. So I had it and I got over it in like 2 days. You're going to survive. It's 99.9% you're going to survive. It's like the cold.
Yeah.
You can't worry about dying when you're living. You can't. We're all going to die. Like everyone's going to die. That's a guarantee. But if we live our lives worrying about, oh my God, I might die. Well, guess what? You live your life like that, you're never going to enjoy the life that you could live.
Yeah, definitely. So I got a question though. Do you believe that people have died from it, or do you think it was like a nocebo effect of it?
I think everything that started in 2020. You ever see the shell game? You ever see where they take the cards, the 3-card Monte? You ever see somebody play 3-card Monte? They're like, hey, here's the queen. Follow the cards. Tell me where the queen is.
Yeah.
So whenever they do that, they try to do what's called misdirection. Hey, look over here. Look over here. And when you look over here, like, this is COVID. This is COVID. You got to pay attention here. There's always something that they're trying to do misdirection. Huh?
I said like it was a distraction.
Exactly. So the whole year has been about, hey, COVID, talk about COVID. But while they were doing that, they were writing these bills and printing trillions of US dollars and making sure that all their buddies, Harvard, the Kennedy Center, all these people got millions of dollars out of the government. So while we were all watching COVID, these politicians were robbing the American people. They were literally printing money and stealing it. And while we were watching COVID, it seems like they may have stolen the election too. Yeah,
I knew. I kind of figured that it was always. My whole time I was thinking like something got to be going on in the background. It's always background.
Yeah, it was so obvious because when you look at CNN and every day they're like, "Oh my God, no more testing, motherfucker." If you want to test me for fucking saliva, you can fucking saliva in my mouth. Testing doesn't mean anything. Are people dying? And the one thing that you realize is, sure, people die, but guess what? People die all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that were dying had obesity, smoked for a living. I mean, listen, if you're smoking a pack of cigarettes a day for 30 years and you get COVID and die, what killed you, the COVID or the 30 years of smoking cigarettes? If you're pounding down too many fucking cheeseburgers and you get COVID and your fat ass dies, what killed you, COVID or the fucking Mickey D's every day for fucking 30 years?
Yeah, a lot of people eat bad. See, when it comes to them topics, a lot of people smoke all their life and be kind of healthy. Not healthy, but it doesn't really affect them. A lot of people smoke for a short amount of time and it'll affect them. So I feel like, man, it's all God's plan to me.
Yeah, God has a plan for your life. I mean, God doesn't want you to live forever. He just wants you to live passionately. God wants you to live an amazing life. God wants you to live a masterpiece.
Whatever your purpose is, just serve it. And then after that, He call you home.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when you die, trust me, you go to a better place. Most of us do. Some of us go to a different place, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So there's a poem I wanted to read you. One night I dreamed a dream. As I was walking along the beach with my Lord, across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one to my Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. I noticed that many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there were only 1 set of footprints. This really troubled me, so I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, You'd walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, that there were only one set of footprints. I don't understand why, when I needed you most, you would leave me. He whispered, my precious child, I love you and will never leave you. Never, ever, during your trials and testings. When you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you.
I knew that was how I was going to end.
What does that say to you?
God always with you, especially in the troubled times. You ain't never alone.
You're never alone.
Never alone.
You know, when you embrace and understand that you're never alone, that, you know, if God is with me, nobody can be against me. When you start embracing that and you start realizing that, you become fearless.
Yeah. I'll be saying that every time I get in the car, because I know that life can be taken that fast. So I'll be like, God with me. I go outside, God with me. Because anything can happen in a quick second. You never know.
Never know.
Yeah.
And here's the great thing. When you start understanding that and you start building a team of followers, a tribe of people that are like-minded, then your life starts to become almost like an army. And you become like, wow, I feel stronger and more powerful because of the people that I've surrounded myself with. And if you surround yourself with people like Chris Johnson, people like Kanye West, people like Gary Vaynerchuk, if those people start getting into your circle or your life, what kind of life are you going to live?
There's only one way it can go. And that's up. I mean, it's just every time the more you surround yourself with people that think like you, the better your life will be. The more at peace you will be. Because you feel like I feel like as like people not thinking for themselves, right? Back to that topic. So when you're not thinking for yourself, you might have people around you who think a certain way. So when you're not thinking for yourself, I'm thinking for myself, you're around me, but you're not thinking for yourself. So we can't really connect. So when you thinking for yourself, the more people around you, the more people you connect to, the more people you're like-minded with, you can have a conversation about with anything, you know. So there's less arguments, you're more at peace. That's the main thing. You're more at peace because you know people around you think the same way you do. There's also to have people that think different too. But as far as like the main things and how you live, it's always good to have people.
Core values. I like to call those things core values. Whatever their core values are, if your core values align, it makes good people. You can always disagree with those people, but as long as your core values are in line, those people only make your life better. They only push you up.
I tweet this probably like every 2 weeks. I tweet, what do you value? That's like a big statement.
What are some of the things that people have said to that?
I mean, the main thing is really just family that I hear a lot. Like, what gets you going? Do other people's opinion get you going? No, it shouldn't be.
No.
Or how people feel about you. It should be like, what do you value? People. For me, it'll be God, my family, art. It should be just things that you love to do.
I couldn't agree with you more. So did this talk work out the way you thought it would?
Yeah, I love this talk. I could talk all day like this.
What are 3 things you pulled out of this talk today?
Just another reminder to be yourself. Manifest everything. And what's another one?
I want to give you a third one. I want this to be something that I make sure that I give this to you. A friend of mine, somebody I knew over the last 20 years, died at 46 2 weeks ago. Maybe no, yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. His name was Tony Shea. Look him up, Tony and then HSIEH. He was the founder of a company called Zappos. He actually was the founder of a company before that called Link Exchange, which he sold to Microsoft. Super successful guy, billionaire, poker player. Him and I used to talk about poker. And 46 years old, like young guy. Got involved with the wrong group of people. He let some people into a circle that twisted him up. Got him involved in drugs to the point where he literally was not the person you could even recognize.
Yeah.
He died way too soon. And the last months of his life were him doing large amounts of drugs and destroying his life.
Yeah, that's what I see on this website.
Now, I can tell you from knowing him, drugs were never a big part of his life.
Mm-hmm.
But because of some people that he let into his circle, those people literally destroyed his life, literally drove him to his grave.
Mm-hmm.
My advice to you is this. JaLyn Banks, this is your circle. This is your world. This is your life right here.
Mm-hmm.
Make it so that people that you let into that circle almost are like VIPs, like they're VIPs getting into the club.
Yeah.
Don't let people into your circle just because they impress you with money or bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people into your circle that don't have your value system. Don't let people into your circle because that one bad apple that you could let into your circle could destroy your whole life.
Yeah.
And that's the third thing I would tell you to take from this is know that your circle of influence, let people like Chris Johnson in there. Let people that are gonna be like-minded and elevate your life and make your life better. But make damn sure that the scumbags of the world don't get into your circle. And if they somehow do, get them the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm definitely take that with me.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
take it
Did you have fun?
with me. I had fun. This is fun.
Was it dope as fuck?
Dope. Really dope. This is
All right, so when you get beyond famous, am I gonna still be able to text you and get a hold of you?
you're gonna have my whole number.
All right. Can we do this again? Can we do this again after you do a talk with Gary Vee and Elon Musk? Hey, Elon, if you're paying attention, tell Elon what you want to tell him.
Elon, you're big. Somebody I look up to. I want to have a conversation with you one day, and I want to paint some stuff for you. Whatever that you feel, whatever you stand for, whatever you like, or whatever movie, whatever that you feel that applies to your life, I want to put it somewhere in your house that it reminds you every day, like I did it.
All right, JaLyn, listen to me carefully. I know Elon very well. Like we're not friends, but I know his whole fucking shit.
Yeah.
I want you to write this down. I don't even know what it looks like, but you're going to come up with that. I want you to write down mission to Mars. Like I said, I don't even know what it looks like. You're going to come up with something that's going to say that to Elon. But that's going to be a piece you're going to make, and it's going to be called Mission to Mars. And Elon is going to buy it from you for millions of dollars. And it's going to hang in his house, and we're going to do a half-hour talk at his house, and we're going to talk to him. And you're going to make a piece called Mission to Mars. And you know why? Because motherfucking Elon is going to Mars. He can't wait to go to Mars.
I see he talks about that a lot too.
He does. He's got SpaceX. I think he wants to be. I think he wants to have a mission to Mars by. I'm not kidding. I think like 2025. He wants to be there.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he's already been there or something like that.
Okay, so that brings me on another subject matter. Do you believe in aliens?
I don't want to say no, but I was like, I can't say yeah. I'm just like.
All right, I'm going to tell you right now. I believe. I've been a believer all my life. We cannot be the only living thing in the universe. There are over 300,000 planets that we know of out there. We cannot believe that we're the only living thing in the universe. Now, here's a better question. Do you think that Elon Musk is an alien?
No.
Maybe he is. Maybe he's trying to get back to Mars, and that's his home planet. Have you ever thought about that?
I never thought of that. That's a conspiracy theory.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you something. You follow me on Twitter long enough, I've got all those conspiracy theories down pat. You know, by the way, the word conspiracy theory, if you break it down and you really think about it, what it means is it's a theory about something that nobody believes until it's true. So conspiracy theories are just a theory until somebody proves they're true.
Yeah. That's all it really is. Just like, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there.
So rattle off some of the projects that we talked about on this talk. Rattle off some of the projects you're going to work on.
Like as far as like what I want to do.
Yeah, some of the art that you're going to create.
Or for the King of Cocaine, I want to like establish that, like I want that one piece that, all right, this is that piece. I want to do that. I want to recreate that one. The Zero Fucks to Give. Be true to your motherfucking self. You can hear me now?
And Mission to Mars.
Oh, and Mission to Mars.
That's right.
That was for.
So you got some work to do. You know, we gave a shout out to Gary Vee. We gave a shout out to Kanye. We gave a shout out to Elon. Obviously gave a shout out to Chris Johnson. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you could go to dinner with 10 people. Who would you invite to that dinner? Other than Jesse.
Is this dead or alive?
Dead or alive, doesn't matter.
Nipsey Hussle.
All right, there's Nipsey. 9 more.
Kanye West.
There are 8 more. Can
Jay-Z.
he bring Kim? Can he bring Kim? Does he get a +1?
Who?
Can he bring Kim Kardashian?
No.
All right, Kim can't.
Oh, is this in my 10? Or is she just bringing her?
No. You can still have 10, but they can all have their like +1s. Like
Yeah.
I mean, if you invite Elon, you know he's going to want to invite his girl.
Yeah, they can. All of them can come. I don't have no problem with them people. I don't know.
So we got Kanye, we got
Nipsey.
Who else?
Jay-Z.
Shout out to Jay-Z.
Tupac.
Rest in peace, buddy.
To laugh, I want to put some laughter in there. Probably.
Oh, Dave Chappelle.
Richard Pryor.
Oh my God.
I need 4 more. Who can I bring? Chris Johnson.
All right, Chris, you just got an invite.
I said Elon Musk already.
I don't think so. I think Elon's number 8.
Elon Musk.
2 more.
Chris Champion.
Oh, damn. I got a seat at the table.
Yeah, who my 10th person?
Wow, the 10th one. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, Lord.
Man, all those people, you're not going to invite your mom?
I swear I was just going to say my mom. No. It just came across my mama. My mom probably going to be ready to leave.
You think your mom's going to watch this?
I'm going to send it to her. She probably will.
Think she'll be proud?
Yeah. I'm going to send it to everybody.
What do you think your mom is most proud of you? What are 3 things that she's most proud of you for? And by the way, I'm going to add a 4th one. I think she's super proud of the person you are. She raised you right, and I can tell that from a mile away.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Shout out to moms.
Shout out to mom.
That she just, I don't know. She really like I get a lot of my ways from her. So
really,
the thing
is she artistic? Does she have art in her system?
Nah, she don't draw nothing. But she's definitely like a go-getter, like a hustler.
All right, so your mom's a hustler. So
yeah.
What are 3 things that you like about your mom? She's a hustler.
She loved different. She's strong.
She's like Kanye. She stands her ground.
Yeah, she stand her ground. She gonna speak her mind.
Are you
Dang.
starting to see one of the things that's influencing your life? Are you starting to see what it is?
Everybody who true to themselves.
Write that down. True. In fact, you should make a piece called "True to Yourself." That's another piece you should make.
That's already one of them.
Oh, is it? Okay. So listen, if anything comes out of this talk, let that be something that you embrace.
Mm-hmm.
Be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
JaLyn Banks, be JaLyn Banks. Don't be somebody else, just be you. And
Yeah.
by the way, the people that hate you, the people that haters that are going to come out and like send you some bullshit tweet, fuck them. Be true to yourself. You're not here to impress other people. You're here to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry for butting you, but I just thought of something. I know what I want you to do already for my website and like a piece. It already came to me.
What's up?
I want to do a little, you like freehand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want to have a little girl on her dad's shoulders and the dad's like this holding her up and she's got a little cape on. And I want the saying to say, not all heroes wear capes. That's what I want.
Not all heroes wear a cape.
Yeah, not all heroes wear capes. And I want the girl just have like, brown hair down her back a little bit, little red cape, like she's a little superhero. She's on dad's shoulders.
There's a girl on Wall Street. I don't know if you ever seen that piece. It's a bronze piece. You ever see it?
I haven't seen it.
If you Google it, Google like Wall Street girl. I'll send you a link maybe later. But she's like standing there and she's got like her hands on the side and she's like a little badass. That I think that's kind of like a little inspiration for you.
Yeah, I'll send him that. But yeah, that just came to me like, oh, I gotta tell him. I wish I could freehand like you. That's such a talent to have like so much
JaLyn,
freedom like that.
Tell Dominique what you were just talking about being true to yourself.
Really just thinking for yourself, doing things you want to do, not doing things for other people. As far as to impress other people.
Right.
That's like the main two. Thinking for yourself and not doing other things because of how other people will feel.
Hey, by the way, tell her about the dinner you're throwing.
Oh, he told me that I got 10 guests that I can bring. He's one.
Check out some of the people he's having dinner with.
Mom better be number one.
Who?
He almost forgot about her.
Oh,
she was like number 10.
Come on.
She was number 10.
I didn't almost forget. He just got to it before I could.
I didn't hear this mom conversation, but
she barely got into the invite.
Right. Well, I know how my mom is. My mom would probably, I don't know, she'd probably been walked out before it end.
Oh.
All right, check out the people he's gonna have dinner with.
Listening.
It was Dead or Alive list. So it was Nipsey Hussle, Kanye West, Elon Musk, Chris Champion, my mom, Jay-Z, Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, Tupac. Who was the fifth one? I don't remember I said Kanye West.
Maybe. I think you missed him.
No, you need
you know who else you know what, if we can add like another table of 10, I think we got to invite Gary V.
I was gonna say Gary V if I never couldn't think of that last person.
He's pretty mad.
So what we got to do is there's this place in Vegas at the Aria called Javier's, and they got a private dinner room that seats like 40 people. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework, and I'm telling you, I want you to do this because we're going to manifest this destiny. It's going to happen. Ooh. I want you to think of 40 people that you would invite to that dinner. And I want you to call it the Dinner of Champions, and I want you to make that dinner table picture. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to invite these people to dinner. And by the way, the food at Javier's is ridiculously good. Do you like Mexican food?
Tacos. That's really it.
Enchiladas, seafood, all the good stuff. Steak.
It's a specialty tequila bar.
It's a great fucking restaurant. But we're gonna invite 40 people and we're gonna give them shout outs, and you're gonna invite them on Twitter. And I'm gonna retweet it. And we're gonna invite these people to a dinner to sit down and meet what I think is one of the most influential artists in the next 5 to 10 years of our life.
Yeah.
Fun.
Who's that artist? Who do you think we should invite that's going to be one of the most influential artists? I swear to God, if you don't say JaLyn Banks, I'm going to have to hang up on you.
I already invited. That's automatic on the list.
That's who they're meeting. That's exactly. You're going to change lives. You're going to literally change lives through art.
Yeah, that's a goal too. I really want to change the
mindset.
The mindset of the city I live in.
What's city you live in? New Orleans?
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge? What is that? That's north, right?
No, that's south, Louisiana.
Okay. Is that by LSU? LSU's in Baton Rouge, isn't it?
Yeah, LSU.
So why don't we invite Ed, the coach of the LSU Tigers? Ed, what's his name?
Ed Oregon or something like that.
Oregon? You know, hey, I'm Ed.
Yeah, that's
Ed. Let's invite him to the dinner also.
All right.
Now, you know we're actually doing this, right? We're actually going to invite these people on Twitter. We're going to literally say to them, we'd like to invite you to a dinner, an epic dinner of great minds that are going to sit at a table and share a meal together.
Woo! Love it.
Now, when you do these things, it sounds crazy, but imagine it actually happening.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know Chris eats, right? I see him all the time eating.
Yeah.
So he gotta eat. He lives in Vegas, so for sure he's coming, right?
Yeah.
So we just got to get the other guys to come.
Mm-hmm. He was at 10.
Seriously, when this dinner happens, and Chris comes up to you and taps you on the shoulder, what do you think he's going to say to you when he sees all these people at the dinner?
I'm proud.
He's going to say, "I'm proud."
And he know I ain't cool.
Proud of you.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Somebody that you respect coming up to you and saying, "I'm proud of you."
Everything. I'm really picturing this in my head too. That's crazy.
Now listen. What you're doing is you're picturing it in your head so that you can manifest it to happening.
Yeah.
What do you think Kanye will say to you when he comes up to you and taps you on the shoulder?
I don't know what he'll say. I don't know what Kanye will say. He'll probably say, just keep being you.
That's exactly what he'll say. And you know what else he'll say? Let's collaborate.
Yeah, collab.
And guess what? All these people in this room, you could collaborate with Elon. You can collaborate with Gary Vee. You can collaborate with Kanye.
Mm-hmm. I can see it.
If you can see it, the only thing left is you have to believe it. And if you believe it, then the next thing is you just have to put some of your energy behind making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to make sure you keep your circle clean and invite the right people. JaLyn Banks, I got to tell you, when I asked you to come and do this talk, I thought I'd be like peeling away layers of a really talented artist. But I got to tell you, at 20 years of age, your next 10 years, I'm going to watch and I'm going to just be in amazement. And I'm going to watch somebody grow into an amazing human being. Like your next 10 years will be off the hook amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just a talented person. You're a talented young man.
Thank you.
And your mom should be super proud of you.
She is.
I'll be honest, being the 10th person invited to your famous dinner, that might not be it. She might have to talk to you about that.
Now you got to come. You got to come.
Listen, can we do this again when you're big and famous?
Most definitely. We definitely can.
All right. Tell me three things you liked about this talk today.
The manifestation thing again, being true to yourself, and keeping my circle correct, or keeping my circle positive.
Or just, making sure that you keep like-minded people in your circle. And if they're not like-minded, if they're not contributing to your success, doesn't mean you hate them. Just means they can't be in your circle.
Yeah. I've already kind of cleaned my circle out a little bit too though.
Good. And I bet you I think you're probably learning that that's the right way to do it. That's probably been a big thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let's
And-
see if we've got any comments from people watching this. What's wrong with people? One comment.
Who was it?
No, not one. So hey,
Oh.
did you enjoy doing this talk?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it.
I gotta thank you for your time, man. I gotta thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm super glad we had this time to talk. I learned so much about you, and I'm telling you, the next 10 years of your life is going to be watching. It's going to be like watching LeBron play the finals every 10 years, every year for the next 10 years. You're going to do things that are just going to be mind blowing.
Mm-hmm. I already know.
JaLyn Banks, he is super talented. He is going to have an amazing dinner, and he's definitely going to talk with Gary Vee. JaLyn Banks, say goodbye to everyone.
Definitely.